Okay, we're going to create our fourth virtual machine, our fourth server. This is going to be the server core server. I'm going through it kind of quickly. It's the same steps. We're just choosing a different option for server core. When we come into it at the end, though, it's not going to have the command. It's not going to have the GUI. It's only a command line, and I'll show you how we can change the time zone in there. And we still want to install VMware tools, and we can do that from the command line as well. So if you just want to watch for a minute, to stop what you're doing for a minute, I'm going to File, New Virtual Machine. All this is exactly the same thing. The only difference is I'm going to call this, in fact, SID-C, and I want to browse for the directory. And my computer, my D drive, virtual machines, under Server2, and I'm making a new folder called SID-C. And that's the folder that I'm choosing. I double check, make sure it's not saying C on there, otherwise it's going to go away once you restart the computer. I click next, 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 finish. Over on the CD DVD drive, I go ahead and choose my Server 2012. Again, make sure that you are choosing the ISO image that I gave you and not some other one, because there are some other ones out there on that drive which are full versions, require a key. The files that I'm giving you are evaluation ones right from Microsoft's evaluation site. So Windows Server 2012 ISO is what it's called. And click OK, and then you power on the machine. When it comes up, these are all the defaults. Go ahead and click Next, and I click Install Now. And I'm going to be choosing the first option, Windows Server 2012 Standard Evaluation Server Core this time. So that's pretty much the only difference that you're going to see. You still accept the license terms. You click Next. It's still going to be a custom. You're going to install Windows only on the only drive that's available. And then unpackages and reinstalls and then reboots. Okay, on the server core, it brings up this screen and says the user's password must be changed before signing in for the first time. If you click OK, and we will use the same password. The password it's on the learning plan, but it's not showing up completely. It's capital P A $$W0RD. I'll put it up on the board. Capital P A $$W, and that's a 0RD. Tab down and do it again. PA. And your password's been changed. And now this is all you get, is a command prompt. The only thing that we really want to change on here is the time zone. And we should be able to use the time zone utility. It's /s for setting it. And then within quotes, you put Central Time Zone.
Double quotes or single?
Double quotes should be.
All one.
And I didn't do it right. Yes, that's my mistake. It's Central Standard Time. That's right in my notes, and I can't even copy it. So, set Central Standard Time. And now that's time is set. We can also install VMware tools at this point. You can go up to VM, install VMware tools.
I'm still getting.
And it's going to look for the setup program. So I click install. Click on my D drive, wait for it to come up. There it is, and then run setup. So that one you do have to manually run. I thought before I didn't have to run it from the D drive, even from the GUI environment, but this last time I've had to click on my computer, go to my D drive, and then run it from there. And you can do the same thing from here. So it's going to run. So just because you only give it a command prompt doesn't mean that graphical applications don't run. You just don't have a graphical user environment for working with the operating system. When you click finish, it wants to restart. Go ahead and restart. And you can do that with the other servers if you want to do that as well. Just restart it. That way you can make sure you still log in and everything. Make sure your login is successful. Typical install for VMware tools.
Is it all one line when you type in Central Standard Time? Like, just a flow, like Central Standard, no spaces?
There are spaces. Quote, central space, standard space, time, quote, end quote. Okay, after I reboot from installing VMware tools, I just had this blank screen. I can still hit the Control-Alt-Delete to bring up the password for administrator, $$W0RD, and I log in and I am up and it's running. Now at this point, there is no hovering over the right corners to get that power button, so all you have is command line, and that's how you have to shut down. So the command for shutting down is shutdown. You do have two options after this though. You can either shut down or restart using the shutdown command. It's /R to restart or /S, or /S to shut down the computer.
Put a space in there?
Space /S. Yep. And now another space, you have to give it a time frame /T, another space and a time. All the examples in the book is giving you a 5-second time. You can put it to 1 or 0, or I'm not sure what other options you have, or how high you can do it. It'd be kind of mean, set to a really big number like 90,000 and then walk away. You know.
I don't know if it changes, but I think that in Windows 7 you can make it 10 years.
10 years? So shut down just 10 years from now, right?
If you do shutdown /?, you can find out how high you can go at the time.
So I'm just going to hit enter here, and I wait. It says you're about to sign off, and it shuts down your server.
Now, did you install VMware tools on this already?
I did install VMware tools on this. It's definitely not in the book.
Oh, okay.
The book is not geared towards VMware at all, so that's definitely not in the book.
So just click install on there. Okay.
And then I click on take a snapshot. And now I have 4 of my machines. I have a DC, a domain eventually going to be the domain controller. I have another server, SID A and SID B. All 3 of these are GUI. And then I have a SID C, which is server core. All of them have a time zone that's set. All of them have an administrator password of our password. And all of them have VMware tools installed. And all of them have had a snapshot taken of them. So you kind of have to go through that checklist. That's why I was really suggesting and strongly recommending that you do one whole complete server, do all those steps, then move on to the next one, and use the learning plan as the guide. You know, it tells you, you know, what. I just lost my learning plan. Here it is.
If we need to install one more, can we start it?
Yes, go ahead and start it. On the learning plan, 2 gigs of RAM, NAT, default during install. This is wrong. They're trying to work on that, figure out what's up with it. In the meantime, I will change this to so here it says PA $$W0RD. Can you kind of get that? Realize that you're not typing out $$. Okay. You're going to just name the virtual machines SID A, SID B, and DC. Install VMware tools and create a base image. And then for the second exercise is create a VM named SID C with Windows Server 2000 core configuration with all the above settings. You want to just copy this down here. And that is for the 4 servers that you needed.